So we're back in Benidorm. It's a beautiful Sunday, and now I've been walking around the last few days, and do you know what really embarrasses me as a Brit is when all these people walk around looking like tourists, looking like typical Brits on holiday. And well, you know, you lot as well have been saying, oh, Paul's talking about buying a car in Spain. Well, do you know what? I decided to go one better than that. Not only have I bought my first vehicle, I've decided that I'd hire my own driver. Driver?
Hey, boss. How are
Nearest
you?
McDonald's, please.
Jump on, my son. Jump on.
And we're off. So Dan, what worries me is I don't want to look like a tourist. Do you think we're getting away with it? Are we blending in with the locals?
I think we are, Paul, to be fair. And look, it was your birthday yesterday now. You're getting on a little bit.
I know.
You know, to walk around is not very easy for you anymore. So,
before we get the proper... Well, look, listen, Danny, after I saw your motor, I thought I've got to get something that is,
I'll be honest with you, mate.
on par.
More economical than mine.
Probably a bit, to be fair.
And to be fair, same sort of room.
But the main thing is I want to blend in. I don't want to look like Madge on Benidorm.
I think you look a bit more like Hannibal Lecter, to be fair with that.
I think it suits me, Dan.
I think it does as well, mate.
What do you reckon?
Just don't brake too hard, because I don't want to smash my face on that thing again. Oh, will you stop doing that? You're going to kill me the way he's driving.
Street cred we had.
Hey?
Any street cred that we did have
Are we going down the beach on this?
completely gone out the window. I'm going out on the pool tonight, Danny.
Yeah, well, I won't be with you, mate. A couple of ladies over there, Paul, that you could be looking at, but they've got their own wheelchairs. They don't need you.
ladies. Hey. So Danny, hope viewers enjoyed that little bit of humour. It's nice to bring something light-hearted to the channel now and again.
Yeah, my nose is hurting the amount of times you kept braking.
Oh, that was funny. It made me laugh. So, I don't know, Dan, we've had a difficult week after, you know, what I would call a concerted smear campaign, to be fair. But what I would say is the amount of people that have supported us has just been overwhelming. 98%.
Yeah, far outweighed
the comments have been positive.
Far outweighed the negativity, didn't it?
Yeah, and thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. We've had people suggesting that last video that we did together was fabricated and that we was acting.
Yeah, if only we was, if only I was,
Yeah.
I'd like that to have been a fabrication and a lie. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I say, still have not. Although we have them back in our possession now, they're obviously in the UK, my phones. I'm hoping to get my phones back tomorrow so I can get onto my socials. I'm hoping now to also knock my socials on the head. The only thing I'm going to be keeping going is my YouTube channel, Danny in Spain. Quick, cheap.
And that's really taken off for you then, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, got over 8,000 subs already, which is insane. And getting a lot of people watch it, got some good views on the videos. Obviously it's going to be about life in Spain. It's never going to be political. It's always going to be life in Spain, what we do, what we get up to, a bit of a giggle, going away on trips. You know, I'm going to talk about businesses and bits and bobs like that on there as well. And you know, just general lifestyle stuff, but nothing to do with politics.
Now I'm still going to do some political stuff. I dropped a political video yesterday, and you know, it's just the toxicity of some of the things that are going on that I'm taking a step back from. It doesn't mean I care any less. It just means that, frankly, you know, I want an easier life.
Life's too short, Paul, to just be... I mean, there's a lot of negativity surrounding it, isn't there? So, life's too short, mate. There's other things to talk about in the world.
You can see it's my turn to buy. Look what I've bought in. Look, I've been to all the best places.
And a small coffee. Didn't even go large.
So yeah, overall, Danny, a week that started, you know, really badly, but it's, you know, I think the week's ended well. Really, I think what stood out for me more than anything is, even though we've kind of changed tact a bit about what we're talking about, what we're doing, the vast majority of our viewers are sticking with us on a different journey, and it shows the strength of our community and the bond that we've built. Without sounding cheesy, you know, the bond that we've built with our audience, and you know, we were saying last night, wasn't we? It means a hell of a lot to us.
I'm gonna be honest, Paul. It's got to be more fun watching us do bits and bobs, messing around, you know, doing a few bits and bobs in the sunshine than it is. You have to excuse me, guys. I'm still not 100% yet. I'm really feeling.
It's called hay fever.
That's not. Excuse me. Yeah, I think there's got to be. It's got to be more enjoyable for people to watch things that are upbeat. You know, there's enough doom and gloom around in the world.
There is, Dan. There is, but at the same time, for me, I can't just ignore. I can't ignore what's going on at times at home, and I will continue to talk about it to a degree and to support people wherever and whenever possible. I want to discuss, Danny, one thing. You know, I mean, of all the things that have been said this week, I want to say, and I'm going to stand up for myself, which I don't really do that often. You know, I don't ever want to boast about what I've done, what I've achieved. I just don't like doing that.
40 years in the watch business, mate, is what you achieved before you even done this.
Before I even done this, but what I would say is that I think I brought something different to the movement. I think I definitely brought people into this movement that wouldn't otherwise have been here. I mean, people like Ben Abid speaking up for Tommy, and you know, people like Howard Cox. They wouldn't have been in this movement if it hadn't have been for myself, even though I say so myself. And I think that I'm proud of what I've achieved. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I've tried to do. I'm disappointed that we couldn't necessarily finish the job. Not yet, at least.
Listen, it's time for somebody else maybe to step in. This is a very short-lived thing, isn't it? It does take it out of you, talking about it, getting involved in this sort of stuff. So, like I say, the decision for me was made effectively. I didn't really decide to come out of it. It was not forced on me, but it's been made obvious that it's better that, you know, I don't personally do it. Like I say, I think Paul's going to touch on it every now and then. And we're just going to, you know, we'll still carry on some videos and bits and bobs. I'm sure we'll find other topics to talk about, like tiny Burger King coffees that you're supposed to.
And if people don't like the content, well, they're not forced to watch. You know, I mean, I've made a decision for the moment that if I do any live streams, another subject that I don't want to touch on, but I'm going to have to briefly. I'm going to turn super chats off on my channel if and when I start to do lives again. And I'm going to do that because I need to prove to people. Danny doesn't need to prove anything because Danny's new to YouTube and he's a different person. But I need to prove, or I want to prove to my audience that I do this out of a passion. So if and when I do live streams again, and that will really depend on the levels of support that we get, I'm going to be turning super chats off because what I do is about the passion and about my love for connecting with people and trying to make your lives a bit happier, even if it's only for 15-20 minute videos.
Yeah, I don't think you should, Paul. To be fair, at the end of the day, no one forces anyone to do any super chats. They're lovely when they come in. And I tell you what, the equipment that you've got here, it costs a fortune, absolute fortune, to sit down and to take your time. A lot of people will be very quick to criticise you earning anything out of YouTube, but yet wouldn't go to work for nothing, would they? So no, that's up to you.
No, I understand that, Dan. You know, but it's just like, as I say, when people say stuff about me, I enjoy proving them wrong.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, the only thing I would say is if you do send some super chats to him, he can afford a large coffee rather than a small coffee. At the end of the day, I said to him, can I have a large coffee? Look at that. It's about the size of my fingerprint.
It's what it is.
So yeah, I mean, flipping the story a little bit, and you can't get away from it. I've been here for a few days now. We've got together with Paul a few times. Family all got together, which was really lovely. Had a couple of nice meals. Obviously, it's been Paul's birthday. Are you going to stay? Didn't know I was going to say that.
Tell me you didn't that way. Look, the bottom line is, Dan, is that I've been here for just over 2 weeks. I've got no plans on going home at the moment.
That's okay. We can do a few more videos.
We can do a few more videos, hopefully. But I guess you're talking long term.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've had a bit of a taste of it. You're renting an apartment, so you're sort of realising what it's like to live here. Obviously, at the moment you've only got your electric scooter to get around on.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you had a car and you bought a property or rented a property here, like long term,
Yeah.
then you would get a little bit more of a feel for what it's like here. I've been here now over 4 years in Spain. Absolutely love it. I'm going to be honest with you. Forget what's gone on in the UK. Forgetting that completely. A lot of people have said, you know, it's all right for you. You do your thing and then disappear to Spain. Well, I've been living in Spain a lot longer than I've been talking about things on Paul's channel.
Longer than you've been just about the same time been on YouTube, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I did used to do some watch stuff from home, but like I say, I enjoy. Listen, it doesn't matter whether Britain was the best place on the planet. The sun doesn't come out, and I do like being in the sun. I don't necessarily lay about in the sun, but I do like being in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under no pressure either way, really. I think if I said a couple of videos back that I think it's time that I keep Mrs. Thorpe happy. You know, if she wants to make a move. One of the problems for me is that my family ties at home are very obviously tight as well. I've got another daughter at home and more grandchildren. Yeah. So that's a tough one. I think for now, I mean, if I did stay down, I'd probably rent somewhere.
Yeah, for a little while until you get a bit settled.
Yeah, the bottom line is that I could rent out at home or sell the other property or live there and split my time. I can do whatever I like, basically. I mean,
might be an idea now to think about a holiday home here, buying a holiday home. So then you've got the best of both worlds, haven't you? You've got your place that you can go back to in the UK.
But speaking to other friends, they say it's a good idea to rent for 6 months
until you know that you like
really
it.
Like it.
Yeah. There's a lot of truth in that, to be fair.
But yeah, I mean, I'm keeping all my options open at the moment. I am a businessman. I've always been a businessman, and you know, I think once a businessman, always a businessman. It's always if you're an entrepreneurial type, that is something that you never really lose. You know, I was entrepreneurial very early on in my life, and it stays with me. I said in the video the other day, Dan, I do see a lot of business opportunities here because I think they're
20 odd years, maybe 30 years behind.
Maybe 20, 30 years behind.
I'm going to be honest with you, Paul, that's one of the attractions for me to go to Spain. They are so behind. We haven't got this fast pace of life where everything's, you know, tap your card, grab your food and go. I don't like that. There's an awful lot of coffee shops here, you know, you sit around, you enjoy yourself, you take time to enjoy the scenery. It's not all about work, and that's one of the things that attracts me.
Mind you, Danny, I think they're ahead of us in some ways. I mean, you've got to be careful what wordage you use here, but so be careful about the wording. But tell us about the experience you had with a certain dealer using a card machine.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually see it. Someone told me the other day. I got a phone call saying, I've just been there. We went out last night, and
this is funny.
Apparently, when the guy went to the toilet, there was a dealer, shall we just say. We won't mention what he was dealing, but I'm sure you can make head or tail with that. And he was in the toilets and he had a credit card terminal. So he was taking credit card payments. I mean, wow. Can you imagine if an undercover old Bill went in there?
I found that funny, but you know,
well, I suppose he's moving with the time.
When people offer me something I don't want, I normally go, I've got no cash. You know?
No one wants cash anymore, but looks clearly.
Then they bring out the card machine, but that's no excuse.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, so where that money goes, I don't know.
That was funny.
We've had a good couple of days up in Benidorm, and I've really enjoyed it.
This evening,
this evening we're going to drive back because obviously Carter's got school tomorrow. So back to a bit of normality. I think Sophie's working again tomorrow, so
So if anyone was looking to move down here, Danny, you know, like to make the move down here, I mean, I'm asking you a question that I already know the answer to because we've obviously spoken about it, but you know, what sort of areas would you recommend for people on a lower budget if they haven't got, like, let's say they've got a 2-bedroom semi-detached house somewhere in Middle England and they want to make a move and You know, what sort of areas?
If you're not worried about going to the coastal parts of Spain, Murcia's got some lovely places. I mean,
that's spelled or pronounced for
yeah,
us,
M-U-R-C-I-A. Murcia, yeah, but in Spain you call it Murcia. That's got some nice places. It's got some English resorts there. So you can buy
loads of Brits as well.
Yeah, loads and loads of British people there. A lot of older people, a lot of retired people, but you can buy a 2-bedroom bungalow, mid-terrace or terraced bungalow with a roof terrace and a little back courtyard and stuff. Really pretty. Kitchen, bathroom, toilet, and no swimming pool, but access to a communal pool. You can buy one for about 65,000 euros, 68,000 euros.
As cheap as that.
Yeah, so add your taxes on, it's probably about 65,000 quid. 64.
Because the tax on a second-hand property is about 12%,
yeah.
10, 12%.
Yeah, 12%, I think. Yeah. So, but obviously then you've got the fluctuation of the currency as well. So if you're looking at 65,000 euros for argument's sake.
£65,000.
Yeah, roughly after you've paid your taxes. You get it probably about 62 by the time it's all sort of gone through, £62,000 sterling. But you've got other places. You can get a nice little 2-bed apartment overlooking the sea, quite close to the sea, for about 120,000 euros, so about 100 grand plus your taxes. Listen, for me, it's a nice way to live. You've got the sunshine, it's a bit more of a laid-back lifestyle. That is what I was looking for. I'm not no spring chicken either, Paul, now, I'm coming to the end of my sort of ability to work and bits and bobs like that, and I just need to take a step back. And obviously now I've stepped back from the other side of things with the channel, and that's hopefully going to give me a little.
I noticed a lot of the Brits here, you think they're on holiday, but actually when you get speaking to them, they actually live here.
Yeah, or got a holiday home here. Yeah. So look, I bet for me, I couldn't live in Benidorm. I've enjoyed coming here for a few days. It's a little bit.
It's too wild.
It's like a mini Las Vegas or Brighton on steroids, So that's how I see it. But I do love it. I enjoy coming here, and
nice
little break. Absolutely, it's an hour and 40 minutes drive from me. So we can easily get up here again. It's cheap to stay here. It's cheap to go out. To be fair, we ain't been out going mad in the the clubs and pubs and stuff. Got a couple of drinks in the hotel, in your room, sit out on the terrace, have a
Before we go, Danny, I've got a little confession to make.
Oh, God.
That buggy was bloody awesome.
Yeah, no, he's already looking to buy one. Can you believe it?
I'm not really. But I'll tell you what, it was good.
It was actually, yeah.
Comfy.
But it was brand new. I mean, it didn't have no squeaks or rattles, did it? It was 0.0000 on the
easy to get around.
And thank you for Tony, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That lent it to us for a little while. It was, fantastic.
Really nice of you. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it.
Benidorm hire, weren't it?
Yeah, I'll throw it up on the screen. Very nice of you. Thank you very much for that. Right, Danny, I think that's it for the moment. Have a good trip back.
Thank you very much. And
I'll be watching your lives now. All the pressure's on, son. Now you've got to perform, Danny.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier being the guest.
I'll tell you what, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Yeah, I need to set some stuff up and do some live. So yeah, anyone that's out there, follow my new YouTube channel, Danny in Spain. Thank you very much, guys.
See you later, guys. Have a great week.